What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about Sony's State of Play this upcoming Thursday. Talk about what we know about it, how this seems like it's a little bit of a disappointment, but that I think that there is a bigger plan coming. And ultimately, honestly, that is what I really want to focus on. I understand that this is not, I really don't think to anybody this would be what we were expecting, right? A couple weeks ago, when that one, I think it was Christian, whatever his last name is on Twitter, right? He's leaked a couple different things in the past on PlayStation, and he had said, August 6th will be the next State of Play. We've known for a very long time, even from like Jeff Grubb, who had been saying, I think back in like May, right, a long time ago, that they would be having another State of Play in August, okay? And so, obviously, I think a lot of us had expected, well, this is going to be a PS5 State of Play. I mean, it's just obvious, and obviously the news has come out, and it seems like, in fact, Sony's even confirmed, no big PS5 announcements. This is talking about PlayStation 4, this is talking about PlayStation VR, this is going over some of the things that they had talked about at the PS5 reveal event. So there'll be some, in fact, they did say, I mean, there is going to be PS5 stuff there. It's just not going to be major things, right? So, again, not what we thought. Do I think that and again, so don't let the title maybe mislead you. Is it disappointing? I think, again, depending on what we all thought that this event was going to actually be, yes, but I do think there's more to it. I think that PlayStation I think if anything else, this really does speak to, I feel like Sony really wants Microsoft to go first. Now, I don't know if they expected Microsoft to announce the price and release date in the late July Xbox Game Showcase, which again, I thought was actually a really, really solid show overall. Again, I don't know if Sony expected, okay, this is going to be the time they're doing it, so then we can do early August and we can counter them. But you know what I mean? Like at the time or where we are right now, it's, to me, with Sony, which it seems, again, like this one should have been that PS5, full. We already kind of got the full reveal, right? But this is when we were really going to jump into it. All it says to me is two things. One, there's going to be another one. And in fact, as today has gone on, now I understand, this video is going up just a few hours after the announcement was made, but as the day is going on, we're getting more and more info on this. And again, from what people are saying is there's going to be another State of Play very, very soon. Now, actually, I had floated that around before I had even seen that other people were saying that, right? I think that it makes a lot of sense that I think they're just waiting for Xbox. Now, again, do I think they're going to get their way? Depends. I mean, they could really take this thing all the way into September, I guess, if they want. I don't think that would be a good idea at all, but I think a lot of people, even in the gaming industry, again, the very notable leakers, they've been saying August is, pre-order month. August is price month, right, when we're going to get the prices for these next-gen consoles. So I think it's only a matter of time. If PlayStation goes this Thursday, which they're going to, I'd imagine Microsoft is going to go probably over the next 2 weeks, like afterwards, and then maybe Sony does something else the very end, like literally the last week after DC Fandom, very end of August, maybe even first week of September. Could they do that? But I think that is the plan, that they do, I guess, again, when you say like there's going to be a PS5 one very soon, could they do it in another 2 weeks? This is an unprecedented time, right, where we haven't really seen this kind of stuff happen before. So we'll have to see how Sony handles it. But again, I think it means two things. One, there's going to be another State of Play very, very soon. And number two, I really think they're waiting on Xbox, because this probably should have been the State of Play. So again, is this disappointing? I mean, I think so. I think as the day has gone on, I'll tell you this, that it's become less disappointing. So if people are saying like, oh my God, you're a Sony hater, you really have something to say to the people that have always called me Sony fanboys, which is pretty funny, right, that I get both sides of that. But, in all honesty, when I woke up and I saw this and that, that this was going to be a State of Play and then what the State of Play was going to be on, I mean, that's massively, to me, that was massively disappointing. I was expecting this Thursday to be something really cool. With that being said, I'm not down on this event as much maybe as you could say I was when I woke up. And again, that's kind of just the initial reaction to me seeing it, right? When I saw it, I was disappointed because I was expecting something else. With that being said, 40 minutes, it's going to be 40 minutes, and it's going to have a lot of stuff. Rumor has it Crash Bandicoot 4 is going to be there. There's been conflicting things like, will Call of Duty be there, or would Call of Duty be at the PS5 one in a few weeks, whenever they end up doing that. So we could see some pretty solid things. I know some people are saying like maybe Kenna Bridge. I mean, you guys know how high I am on Kenna Bridge of Spirits. We saw that game. We know that game is probably, it's at Holiday 2020, so it's probably a launch game for PS5. And again, we know that they're going to go over some of the things that they announced. And now again, they said, and I think I've seen conflicting things, like, will there not be first-party studios there? Will there not be exclusive games? Well, I believe Kenna Bridge of Spirits also comes to PC. I think the same thing for that Destruction All-Stars game, the game that looks like, Fortnite, soccer, Rocket League, like all that kind of stuff. So, I mean, those games could very well be there. They could maybe give release dates to them, especially if they're in this fall. Look, this event, this Thursday, does still have potential. It does still have an ability to be really good because we can see, because there's still games coming out. By the way, there's Avengers, there's Cyberpunk, there's Assassin's Creed, there's Watch Dogs. There's a lot of games still coming out, and a lot of them are coming out still on current gen. Like, we're not done yet. We're just about done, but we're not done yet. And also at the same time, again, they could be using this time to say, hey, we have Spider-Man Miles Morales. We're going to have Horizon next year. We're going to have all these different games. And then we showed you some big games, but we also showed you Kenna Bridge of Spirits. And we also showed you, like, Bug Snacks, right? Like the game that people are really, really into. So we have all these other smaller games, right? Or Astro's Playrooms, things like that. We have these small games. Let's talk about them a little bit more. Let's kind of fill out what you're going to be playing. Again, when you first get the game, and that's something I've been talking about, right? When you look at PlayStation 5's reveal, or their launch lineup of games, it's not spectacular. Like, Miles Morales is really good, but it's not the biggest game in the world, right? It's like a Spider-Man 1.5. Kenna Bridge of Spirits I love, but it's not the biggest game in the world. But when you look at what the PS4 had, Killzone Shadowfall, Knack, Contrast, Resogun, not real. I mean, Resogun was amazing, but really they didn't have a fantastic lineup. So this time I would say is better, but now let's give some love to some of those smaller games. Let's get maybe even you can consider, let's get that out of the way so that the next time we jump into this, the next state of play, let's talk about Miles Morales. Let's show us gameplay of that game. Let's give you the release date. Let's give you pre-orders. Let's give you the price of these consoles, right? Maybe let's show you let's show you Silent Hill, because that game still exists. That game's still coming. Obviously, I don't think it's going to show up at this event. I mean, they still have, that's what's exciting. And I'm not, again, I mean, you can say Sony fanboy, Sony hater. I mean, technically they contradict each other, but I'm also in it for Xbox too. Like, I want Xbox to do well as, just the same. So I'm loving it, right? At the end of the day, again, this state of play this Thursday isn't what I wanted. It's not what I expected either. I think that's just because of the hype that we've all kind of, gathered together. But at the same time, I do think it's going to be something pretty cool. Again, like, is there a bigger plan? Well, yes, I think they're going to be using this to kind of get rid, again, you can kind of consider that, just get rid of all of the other stuff. Like, hey, we have stuff other than PS5 to talk about. Let's get that out of the way. Let's talk about VR, whatever they're going to do with PlayStation VR, right? Let's get through all that kind of stuff, and then we'll have the PS5 one maybe in a couple weeks from now, probably after the next Microsoft one, right? So it's going to be really exciting. I'm definitely excited for Thursday still. It's not going to be what I had expected, but that doesn't mean that it can't be really, really cool. We're still going to, I think, get info. I know that people said, like, maybe Tony Hawk, the pro skater, right? That comes out in just about a month from now. So there's games that they can talk about, and they can show us additional stuff. And at the end of the day, July had some big games, but at the same time, it's been a pretty quiet couple of weeks, I would say, for gaming. So I think it's about time we get some more info, even if it's just games that we weren't necessarily wanting or expecting info on, right? So guys, let me know in the comments below, what do you think? What do you expect to see at State of Play? Is this disappointing to you? Is this not exactly what you wanted? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Really quickly, public service announcement basically is I am going to be covering this. I think on Wednesday, I'll do a video like I did with the last one, the PS5 full reveal, where I'll make a video of things that I want to see there that I think will actually be there, maybe even things that I don't expect there. So we can do that, and then when the State of Play happens, there'll be videos after that, as well as on Friday, okay? So this week is going to be heavily dedicated to Avengers Beta and also the PS, this next State of Play, right? So make sure, as always, you guys are subscribed so you don't miss out on these videos. Hit the bell icon so YouTube will actually notify you on them all, and I hope to see you guys on the next video.